as the weather gets nicer, you're going to need to pay extra attention when you're in wooded areas or even tall grass to keep yourself safe from ticks. May happens to also be Lyme Disease Awareness Month, and here with more information is Dr. Casey Kelly, the founder and medical director of Case Integrative Health. Thanks so much, doctor, for coming in. We had a statistic last week, and it was like something like 40% of the ticks in Illinois are infected with Lyme disease. That is so scary.
It's scary, and some of the counties are even higher, closer to 69%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have got to fill us in on how we can keep ourselves and our families safe. But let's start with Lyme disease itself. What is it?
And Lyme disease is a disease caused by bacteria Borrelia burgdorferi, and it's the great mimicker. It can cause all kinds of issues. And if you don't get it right away, it can actually mimic many other diseases. Multiple sclerosis, chronic fatigue. It's hard to diagnose and pin down exactly because it manifests in different ways for different people.
And there's no cure, right?
There's no cure. Remission is a better word.
Wow. Okay, so when we are out enjoying the great outdoors, how can we keep ourselves safe?
One of the smartest ways is to wear non-toxic skin spray. You can get some with picaridin in it or lemon eucalyptus sprays. So those are non-toxic sprays for your skin, but you also want to do tick checks. You're familiar with this. When you come in, check your hair, check in crevices, make sure there's no ticks there. Even if you're out gardening, golfing, you don't have to be hiking around in the woods to be vigilant and look for these things.
Yeah, I was telling you back in the 80s, my mom used to do like the tick hair checks, you know, and and what are areas that we need to stay away from? We know wooded areas. What else do we need to be on the lookout for them?
Yeah, I don't want anybody to avoid going out and being in nature, especially on beautiful days like today. It's more about just being aware and trying to stay, if you're on a, if you're camping, stay on the path. Try not to go into the deeper parts of the woods. But if you're going to be out there, make sure you're wearing protective gear, make sure you're wearing protective spray, and then check and remove the ticks as soon as possible.
Okay, so you're telling me then if I spray my hair with this stuff and my clothing, chances are they're not going to bite me. Is that right?
It will greatly reduce your risk.
Okay, good. That's good news. So let's say you do get bitten by a tick. I mean, I would just be going into a panic, I think, because of the Lyme disease.
Yeah, don't panic.
Okay.
Remove the tick properly. That's the first step. So get a good pair of tweezers, pull firmly but gently until it pops off, and save it. If you save the tick, you can send the tick in for testing. There's multiple places where you can send the tick in and find out if that tick had Lyme or other infections on it. You'll know within a couple days. That'll give you and your doctor a lot more information about how to treat you properly.
All right, is there anything else I left out? What do you want people to know?
I want people to know that it exists and it's there and it's in the city. You know, I have patients that have their dog walking around the South Loop and they come in with a tick. Or they're at the Lincoln Park Zoo or at a restaurant outside, actually, and they've gotten ticks on them from there. So it's in the city too. Don't be afraid, but be mindful and know that these things exist and they can carry disease, so you want to get them off of you as soon as possible.
Thanks so much for coming in, doctor.
You're welcome.
Such great information.